Hello, and welcome to RPA Fridays number 11. It's me again, Roman, and I'm from Robot ICT, a company based in Czech Republic where we love to automate every process possible. Maybe some quick information about us. We are a Czech Republic-based company focused on automation in different kind of industries. We do this by using RPA, which is Robotic Process Automation, and we also use our own workflow automation software, which is more specialized on networks, data centers, and large IT environments. If you like this webinar, if you want to know more about us, please subscribe or check the links in the video descriptions. Maybe take a part in our community, and please give us a like. Thank you, it would mean a lot to us. So, something a little bit about RPA Fridays. This is already session number 11, and these are short webinars with which every time I explain or I demonstrate some kind of task or problematic, some showcase, and it's usually not longer than 45 minutes, usually even much shorter. So I'm happy to have you there, and let's start with today's topic. Today's topic will be a demonstration of something a little bit funny. It will be a simple robot working in background, taking care about your browser and checking for certain websites. And those websites to be defined by you, of course. So once website is opened, a robot will close it, so will avoid you procrastinating on websites like Facebook or YouTube or anything else like this. We will do it using UiPath, and this is RPA tool that I like to use so far, and I will show you how to do it. No questions will be answered at the end, so if you have any questions, please type them in chat, or later, if you're watching this from recording, type them in comment section. So again, thank you for coming, and let's take a look at this case. So imagine you are working and you are struggling for always opening your browser and going to websites like Facebook, YouTube, or maybe AliExpress or eBay to buy some stuff, and you get distracted all the time. So imagine that you can have a little robot, you can build it your own, you can download UiPath for free and you can build it your own, that can help you with this. And it will be quite brutal because this robot will actually go and immediately close the browser tab. So it will work like this. These tabs that are open, every time I open a new one, the robot will go and close it. And I will show you how to do it, and it's pretty simple. It will only take few activities in UiPath and few workflow blocks, let's say. So let's take a look. I already created a new process in UiPath, and it's empty and it's ready to work with. So first of all, I need the robot to somehow work infinitely until I actually stop the robot. Or maybe I can create a schedule in Orchestrator and start the robot every day in the morning and work till the evening, or just work every time I turn on my computer. This is all possible. And it can also work in parallel with other robots. This is also possible using UiPath. Anyway, let's get to it. So here, what I need to do to actually start checking if some browser is open. Okay, first I need to start with the infinite loop. Okay, so I create an infinite loop using activity called while. It can take a while. And to its condition, I simply state true. So this will be always true, and it will always repeat itself, its insights forever and ever until I stop the robot. I just kill it. Yeah. So this is quite easy, and I have some time, so I will just take some few seconds to name things and name activities, which is really good practice. And in this infinite loop, I will have a body where everything will happen. So first of all, I want to check on some website if it's open. Let's start with one. Okay, let's start, for example, with facebook.com. So I will go and use activity called element exist. There are two CV, not this one, but this one. And I will indicate the browser. I will be using Firefox for this for this example, but of course you can use any other browser that you use, eventually all the browsers, because if robot will close it in one browser, maybe you will go procrastinate in all the browsers, including Internet Explorer, really old one that is still included in Windows 10. I wonder if it's included in Windows 11. Never mind. Let's indicate this one like this, and it will indicate all the elements, and I will click the name, the tab item, and play a little bit with the selector. So I did the selector, and I see there is a bunch of stuff. The window selector, that's what I'm interested the most of all, because this each tab is seen by UiPath as a window. So I don't need actually these things. All of them I can delete, and I will adjust the title. That every time there is Facebook in the title, it will return true, because this activity is asking, does this exist? Does this element exist? And this element will be the window with the title, anything Facebook. So sorry if you may be reading an article in news about Facebook, this will be affected too. Never mind. Let's try to validate it. If it's fine, okay, we can highlight it. Great, we have all the full highlight of the full window. So this seems nice. And only what I need to do is, of course, give it a nice name, element Facebook tab, and give it an output variable. This is happening here in properties pane. Not pain, like pain. And this will be, let's say, Facebook exists, like Facebook exists. Then later on, if I want to adjust one more thing, because this activity has a timeout here in milliseconds, and by default, this timeout is 30 seconds. So in case there is no Facebook tab or window, it will just try to find it for 30 seconds, and this will slow down the effectivity of the other activities that I want to put in. So I only want that the UiPath will check, or this robot will check for a short amount of time if it just exists, and if it does not, it will the robot will follow to another activities. So I will put 100 milliseconds of timeout. If in this matter blink of an eye it won't find it open, it will continue, because I will also implement another website in it. And never mind. Next one, we have to put an if condition here, just below it, and I will rename it if Facebook is open, and put the Boolean value from the previous activity as a condition. Facebook exists. Good. Now, in case the Facebook is open, I want to attach the browser and close it. So I'll use attach browser. Facebook. I can indicate it on screen again and do the same thing. And I will make sure the selector is identical, so I'm not closing anything else than what I want. So it will look like this. Yeah, I can validate it. It's open now. Good. And the only thing that will happen inside, so I can even delete this this container, since only one activity will be used, will be a neat activity, close tab. Put like this. Okay, it's pretty easy. Maybe there are another ways how to do it, and I'm really excited to know about them. So maybe you can also take a part and send me your solution. But this should be working just fine. However, I will close the tab for now, so we can see if this works for Facebook. And let's run it, or maybe let's run it in debug mode. This will go slowly faster, but we can see what's happening. Because the elements will be highlighted also, and this is cool. So I see that it's doing something here in infinite loop quite slowly, and let's try to open Facebook. So once this is opened, okay, nothing's happening. No, it's actually failed. Good. So we have a problem. Invalid selector. Expected HTML selector. Please make sure. Okay, let's check it out if we have the same thing here. Okay. I will magically repair this. So When we are using attached browser, it actually creates a different selector. So my bad, but fail mistakes. That's how I learn, and that's how you should learn. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. So I will go again a little bit steady and indicate on screen this Facebook browser and check the selector. Ah, okay, now it looks like this is what I want. But I will adjust the title part because I don't want to have it. I want to have it generic like this. Okay, is it valid selector? It is. Eventually, you can use the HTML selector in the element exist activity too. Never mind. Let's try it again, and it should run and close it instantly. Hopefully. To few long seconds, and this is it. Okay, let's try to open it once again. And nope, maybe we are given 2 seconds, but you cannot really read any status update in 2 seconds. Lovely, I like it. Let's improve it and maybe add a few more websites. Let's say the YouTube that I have that I opened here. I will open some new windows, so I still have my Firefox here. And how I will do it? Well, I can put all the element exists below and then put all the if underneath, or I can use parallel activity to execute everything in parallel. I believe this is not necessary for now because it can be only easily done by just stacking the activities one under each other. So I will take another, or maybe I can copy it. Yeah, maybe I will copy it so I don't have to set up the timeout again. And I will only indicate another tab, or maybe let's try it other way. Let's try to add another. Well, I wonder. Okay, let's delete it. I wonder if I use this selector with HTML, if this will work in the element exist too, because I want to try it. Because I'm a curious boy and I want to try things. So now okay, I was too fast, right? So now I use the same HTML selector that is needed for the um, open browser activity for the selector validation. So Facebook, let's just validate it. It should be fine. Good, we're good to go. Debug, because that's better, right? To have same selectors when if they relate to each other somehow. Okay, works fine. Just closed Facebook. Lovely. Then let's do it. Let's do it this way. I like it better. I put another element exist here, and I leave it empty. Actually, I will use two of them. Let's prepare to another website. Let's have YouTube, and let's say Netflix. And I also will prepare two if conditions there, or maybe let's put them. Yeah, let's put if conditions together. There will be three of them, and let's create another variables. So here again, Control K, and this will be Netflix exists. Good. And this one will return YouTube exists. Good, so we have this one. I'll rename it Netflix exists, and this one YouTube. It's crucial to rename your activities, especially if you have more than one of a kind of activity in one workflow, so you can actually understand. Okay, talking. You can actually understand which one it failed. Yeah, because if all of them will be named the same, you can hardly understand which one failed. Well, you can in debug mode, or once you actually are working and programming the robot, but once you will run it virtually on a computer, or maybe it will run by somebody else, and it will just hey, there's an error, then you will be in trouble. So I prepared the variables, I prepared the names for element exist, and we have if conditions here. So let's add Netflix is visible, let's say, and this will be Netflix exists. And let's prepare YouTube is visible and YouTube. I like to do things like this in bulk, but sometimes when you do something more complicated, it's better to try for one, like we did actually, and then proceed with others, because then you can learn from whatever happens. So attach browser, YouTube. I will indicate the browser on screen. Next one, check the selector. Okay, seems good. I will add some asterisk marks just in case there is something else I have going around. I will make this nice and neat. Good, YouTube. And add the close tab here. Okay, I will do the same with this one. Attach browser for Netflix. Okay, I will need to open netflix.com. Good. Netflix check, yeah. Okay, lovely. And indicate it. Make it nice. And adjust the selector. Okay. Even we have something like HTML window name. I'm not interested. Title. Anything with Netflix. You're reading articles about Netflix? No, you're not allowed. Yes, this is it. Let's validate it. Oh, lovely, good. And now I will reuse the selector for Netflix. This one, Control C. For this one, oops, Netflix selector. Over there, validate. Good, because it's open, and the timeout will be 100 milliseconds. Yeah, like by at the first one. And then I will reuse the YouTube selector. Where are you? Where are you? There you go. Okay. Control C and Control V. It's valid because both of these websites are now open and they will not last really long. Let me open a new tab just that Firefox stays there. I can take informative screenshots, but I don't really need it. I'm happy that I set up all the things around, and now it should work and it should be closing free applications. But think about it, you can set up any amount of them. Eventually you can work it even better, and you can create a list of them. Oh, actually, that's a good idea. You can create a list of them to loop and to check. Right? And I'm looking forward for the next time. You can download this workflow, not yet, but later I will put it in the link in the video description. And please, you are also invited to our Robot ICT community forum, where I publish also learn articles about things like wait for download activity or about UiPath combination with Google Vision activities, which was also one of the video. And also we have RPA challenges to challenge yourself. For example, like this one. This topic also was once a challenge. So please sign up, subscribe to RPA Fridays, subscribe to Robot ICT channel. All links are in the video description. And this is all today from me. And I see that there are no questions yet. So thank you once again for being with me in this. So I'm sweating in this and have a lovely, lovely weekend. Bye and happy automation.